I'm Stephanie Beaumont, coming to you from Cape Spear, Newfoundland. Well, thanks. And I mean, are you all with here? No.
Let's pause for a moment and remember I'm in the back seat with Alan Naka.
So you know that one, the car goes around that bill?
Yes, to land this. Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thrilled standing beside you.
Hey, wow. Take two.
I'll just go ahead and pinch me. Go on now.
They're craft stayed with 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to See and Be Seen, the show that celebrates all the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so very special. From Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island to Newfoundland and Labrador, we take you to where the action is. And that's where we are today for some very tasty business. It's Chop Chop in Uptown St. John.
Uptown St. John is in the business of delicious this week, and it doesn't get tastier than this. From super fresh local seafood to sizzling and savory international dishes, you'll find a world of perfect palate-pleasing cuisine at every table. A few years ago, the local restaurants in one of Canada's oldest cities cooked up something new, and the celebration of taste sensations known as Chop Chop was born. Now 19 amazing uptown restaurants invite you to come and experience great dining, served up by incredibly talented chefs, each creating a special Chop Chop offering. Indeed, locals and tourists alike can take the week to savor the feast of flavors found on the exclusive Chop Chop menu. But here on CNBC, we've only got a day to digest the fest, so we best get to it. We'll begin our tasty trip at the oldest continuing farmers market in Canada, where there's always something new and fresh and fabulous to eat. The St. John City Market. All the food purveyors are providing a Chop Chop dish this week. And to get the full scoop on the establishment, we went to the man who watches over it all.
And ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Lockery. How are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm all right. Now we're up here at your perch.
That's correct.
Is that really what you call it? Your lair?
Well, it's a deputy market clerk office, yes, so it's up nice and high.
And what are we looking at vendor-wise here?
We have quite a few vendors. There's 35 consistent vendors, and then we have them in and out quite a bit as well, so the numbers can fluctuate quite a bit.
Okay, so you could rent a spot?
Yes, you can rent a spot. We have daily rates, weekly rates, monthly rates, and then we have long-term leases.
We're going to catch up to Dave at Sokum and Ferris, but tell me some of the other pillars that are here in this market that have been here a while.
So we've got a lot of different vendors. We have Jeremiah's. They've been here for quite a while. The meat shops, obviously the core. The way the market was founded was a bunch of different markets that were all brought together into one. So we have our 2 meat shops, which are Dean's and Perry's. We have 2 vegetable stands at the top and the bottom, which are Pete's Frutique and Bailman's Produce. And then we also have Lord's Lobster, when we have Billy's up at the top, which is another fish vendor.
We're heading to Billy's.
Are you? Oh,
yeah.
Great spot, great spot.
Yeah.
So obviously when you get back to the time period of 1876, that's what the market was kind of brought in. And then we've obviously modernized with the demand. We have different shops in here, gift shops and things like that now.
Right. That roof is spectacular. And somebody told me that boat builders built it?
Yeah, so this building was built between 1874 and 1876. And one of the prominent businesses in the city at that time was shipbuilding. So when it came time to build the building, they put the trades to work, and shipbuilders had an influence on the building. So it's upside down hull is what they call it.
It wouldn't float because of those windows.
No, it wouldn't float or anything like that.
A beautiful spot. I know in the summer the harbor is so vibrant, but really all year round you've got a culture that's happening.
It's amazing. Like Uptown St. John does a really good job with the core, but the city has come a long way. They've done a lot of different things to bring some vibrance back to the city, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, and Chop Chop is one of them. Now, how much have you eaten this week? And I know we're on camera, but
I've eaten too much. No, I really enjoy it. I like to kind of consider myself a foodie, so getting out to the different restaurants, it's definitely a plus.
It's a great opportunity to sample.
And one of the things is, a lot of people don't realize the quality of restaurants we have in the Uptown, and I think that's one of the important things. Some of these restaurants are putting out 5-star menus on a daily basis, and we have to make sure that we're promoting that.
Right. Well, I've been eating my way through St. John, and it's so far.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear it. I'm sure the restaurants are too.
Still ahead on CNBC, we get sizzling with Ken Singh at Tondi. Get the scoop on scallops at the St. John Ale House. Pour ourselves a little happiness and catch up with this guy. But first, to one of the first businesses in the St. John City Market.
We talked about one of the pillars. This is a pillar, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Forstill.
How are you?
I'm good. Do you like being called a pillar of the city market?
As long as you come to my shop, yeah, you can call me anything you want. That's great, no problem.
You're a popular guy. You are busy. It's been busy since we've been checking you out. You're nonstop packed.
Well, the whole market's really fun. It doesn't matter where you go in the market. I mean, it's just such an excellent place to have lunch or meet everybody in St. John, so it's a great spot.
Chop Chop, where Slocum and Ferris comes in. What are you serving up now for Chop Chop?
We're doing a maple glazed filet of salmon, and it's on a nice toasted whole wheat bun with a little bit of wasabi mayo. We'll even throw a little bit of crispy dulse seaweed on top of that, too.
The dulse seaweed. Now, we've been standing adjacent to the testing booth, and that's not really, it's mixed reviews on the dulse.
Well, it's a great segue into the tourist because they're really, it's kind of fun to see the yuck factor.
Right.
And actually, I think it helps me sell a lot of maple syrup because sometimes they need a palate cleanser with the maple syrup right after they spit out the dulse. But no,
So
we have
those
a
of
lot
you
of fun.
playing the home game, now dulse, I would call it dried seaweed, but there's more to it than that.
Well, it's really, it's sun-dried, and as it's dried in the sun, the ocean water evaporates, but the ocean salt doesn't, so it's cured by its own sea salt.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a seaweed jerky, if you want to think of it like that. No, you're not buying that?
I
Okay.
like it. I could see it on a T-shirt.
And then if we
Get your seaweed jerky at
if we
Slocum and Ferris.
we'll pan fry it a bit, and we'll throw it in a sandwich and call it DLT. Dulse, lettuce, and tomato.
You're
Yeah, it's great. No,
revolutionizing the deli business here.
yeah.
One sandwich at a time.
whatever it takes.
We're taking ourselves to the top of the market now, where the historical site borders on Charlotte Street, to a fine spot to dine in on or take home with you the freshest fish around. That's Billy's Seafood.
All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is Billy, who works out so he can carry heavy fish. All right?
Correct.
Come and show your guns.
Correct. Look at this.
Look at that bit of business.
Look at that. What do you think of that? That's all from the seafood. Protein. Protein. That's what you get from Billy's. Protein. And good service.
And great food. Everybody who's walked by is, Billy, I love the food. That's all they've been saying.
All day long.
Nice.
All day long. I mean, I'm here. I cut it fresh every day. I come in. I go in the cooler. I check everything over. It's prepared.
20 years you've been doing
20 years in business.
Happy anniversary
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
And always here at the market.
Always at the market. I started when I was 17. I worked at Lord's for 15 years. Left Lord's. Took 6 months to open Billy's. And I've been here exactly into my 20th year. So if you add them together, 20 and 15, 35 years.
The man knows his seafood.
35 years young.
Indeed. And
And
you look
young.
spectacular, but it's not that kind of show. Let's just run down here. Look, what have we got?
We have Prince Edward Island mussels, the PEI mussels.
Got a
And
good
there's-
fish guy?
Yes, yes.
You got tons of fish guys. You
Well-
got a salmon guy coming later. You got...
Yes, we have local guys that bring up our scallops.
Yeah.
We have lobsters sent in to us from Collins Lobster in Alma.
Okay.
Our tails are brought in as well, and we use those.
Those are
on our-
good-looking tails.
Thank you very much.
I'm not kidding.
We have Beausoleil oysters
Yeah?
from Nigawak, New Brunswick. We have Digby scallops.
Okay.
Battered haddock done in store, in-house, with our own famous beer batter, made thin though. There's fresh haddock inside the batter, but we make it thin with our own beer batter.
Nice. Let's get back to St. John. You're a native.
Yes.
35 years in business, varieties, 20 years here.
Yes.
You gotta love it. You're here.
I love it. I love my customers. I love the locals. We get a variety of people. We get everybody in here, and everybody's worried about a dress code, but we're
Anybody
just...
famous, Billy?
Yes, we had Mr. Dress Up came here. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Mr. Dress Up.
I love Mr.
Well, he was here, and we do have a picture of...
Ernie.
Yes, I went over with, at the time we had meat wrap paper for our placemats, which was unique, and everybody loved it,
Yeah.
that I wrapped my fish in. And I actually walked over and asked him to draw me a picture, and he did, and it's on, and it's framed, and it's on the wall here and in
Nice.
store.
Look at that picture. That is art.
Hey, they say cracking a good lobster is an art form too, and we'll get a lesson on that from Billy later in the show. Plus, we'll grab a coffee at the Urban Deli, dole out some free stuff, and so much more. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to moose a minute. You get it? Because there's a moose, like a giant moose in St. John. No? Nothing? We'll be right back. Welcome back to See and Be Seen. 2 things you need to know right now. Number 1, during the break, I bought a pair of earrings. Handcrafted by artisan Vicki Walker. I just love them. Be sure to check out her booth, My Sis and I, the next time you're in the St. John City Market. And the second thing you need to know, we are eternally grateful to the lovely Jillian McKinnon of Discover St. John for everything she did to make today possible with the very busy restaurateurs. If there was an award for Best Guest Producer, it would have Jillian's name written all over it. She's the very knees of the bee. And now, thanks to her, we're off to another great restaurant.
The coolest spot. Hello, it's called the Urban Deli. And you know, I won't say an identity crisis that you have every day, Elizabeth Rowe, because you've got a master plan where you're one thing in the morning and one thing at night.
That's right. It's the Urban Deli, and we're also Italian by night. So we're deli by day, Italian by night. So it was the love of both. Once the deli from living and being inspired from the delis in Montreal and New York, and the Italian is just loving the simple flavors of that cuisine.
But you're always busy. It's nonstop.
Yeah, it is. It's a busy day, and it's
And you're
fun.
doing catering too, I heard.
Lots of catering. Yeah.
We stole her away. This calm exterior inside is going, I need to do this, I need to do that. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making the time, because this is Chop Chop, very busy week on top of your already busy business. But Uptown St. John, a great place to have a spot.
It is a fantastic place to have a spot, and most of it is just because of the foot traffic that's on the street. Also, we get the cars that are driving by. The cruise ships come in. This is the main street of Uptown St. John. Right. Love the name Uptown as opposed to a downtown. Right. It just stands out from all the other cities in Canada. So we're proud to be here. We're the best kept secret in Canada, I think. Anyhow, yeah.
Well, I'm loving every bit of this day and every bite, and your coffee's spectacular.
Thank you.
Anybody who knows me knows I love coffee, so big thumbs up for Urban Deli. Now let's just talk about your menu, because it's your panini that you're doing for that's just, I mean, that's no standard sandwich. I mean, where do you come up with that?
In my sleep. It's one of those 4 in the morning. No, that's, it's I think there's a big trend for watching a lot of the cook shows on television. My sister, who lives in New York, is big time into food, so I've shopped and done a lot of research in that city and throughout Canada. I've lived in different cities, and I look at the internet and I watch some of the great chefs on there. So it's a matter of, over time, is just knowing what flavors taste good together. Yeah. And so our panini that we're doing for the Chop Chop week this week is it's a panini with some Dijon aioli. It has some fresh spinach on it, baby spinach on it. It has some seasoned chicken, and then we have caramelized pears and onion, and then some aged white cheddar and a nice slice of bacon on there. It's a beautiful sandwich.
My mouth is watering. It's unbelievable. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the Italian, because your menu will flip for Chop Chop tonight, right?
It will flip for Chop Chop tonight.
And how does that work?
At nighttime, the atmosphere changes completely. So during the day, we have 60s, 70s music going on. It's a fast pace. 3 o'clock is our last table that we'll serve. The kitchen shuts down. We do this amazing transition. The candles go on the table, and it just completely changes the dynamic. So we have a strict Italian wine menu, and the food is all scratch food. It's we import stuff from Montreal, or via Montreal, from Italy direct.
So where does your passion for cooking come from?
That's a really good question, because I grew up in Moncton, and we grew up in government housing, and we didn't really have a lot of food, or we weren't exposed to a lot of food. But I mean, it was amazing how you could open the fridge and make little things into a big meal. So I still pride myself on doing that at home for friends, because they'll say, my husband will say, oh, there's nothing in the fridge. Right. And I'll open the door, and all of a sudden he's eating this meal, and he's like, how did you come up with that? And so that, and then
would you come and live with me, Elizabeth Rowe? No?
I'll take that laughter as a no. I'll make a reservation instead and make tracks down the street and around the corner. From deli food and Italian fare to the place where East meets West in a fusion of flavor.
Next stop, Tondi. And how about this for a beautiful exterior? And inside, the man cooking up the storm. Look at that business. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Singh. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're throwing stuff in. There's no measuring in your cooking, Ken.
No, we don't measure.
What do you mean? How do you know? Is it
because everything in your head.
Really?
That's what we do every day.
How long have you been cooking?
Almost 38 years.
Who taught you to cook, though?
Nobody, taught myself.
You're lying.
No.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You just woke up one day and said, I'm going to cook.
Yeah. I'm starting work as like a dishwasher. Yeah. Dishwasher, we come to the cleaner. Cleaner, we come to cook. Yeah.
Is that the normal progression?
Yeah.
All those chefs we see on TV, they were once dishwashers?
Yeah, most of them. Like in older days, you used to be started with a dishwasher. Like new now, you had to go to school, cooking school. They have like a different things they have now.
Right.
Because in my days, no.
On the job training.
On the job training.
Got it. Well, now they say cooking is an art, and this looks spectacularly beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is part of your Chop Chop menu.
This is a part of the Chop Chop menu. Butter chicken, they call.
Chicken. Somebody told me that's the dessert of food.
Dessert of the food. Like you like so much, you don't want dessert after that.
Is that true?
You lick the plate. Yeah. We prepare that like they call like a tandoori chicken.
Okay.
Cut the cube, and then marinate with all the Indian herbal spice. Then after that, we the tomato-based sauce, like tomato and onion. Then we add the satay with the garlic, ginger. Then throw the chicken there. Then put all the other ingredient.
Right.
And then we put a lot of 36% whipped cream. Then you put the cashew. And
it's served with, you got some
served with
naan
like
and-
the naan bread and the papadam and basmati rice.
Papadon.
Papadam.
Is dunking okay or no?
Yeah.
But I should use a spoon.
You can jump, you can pick it up and pick up from here. And
It's too pretty.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try it now. I'm going to hug you now, Ken. Is that all right?
That's fine.
So good. Tondi, oh my gosh.
Best gig ever. And the good times keep on coming. To the waterfront now for the Scoop on Scallops.